I think my lips are actually blue. No, they're not. They're all right. Welcome to, I had to hold my arm up really high because you're really tall and I'm really short.
So I can just like bend down like this.
Welcome to vlogmas. It's freezing. It snowed apparently everywhere in the UK last night, apart from here.
Like minuscule.
Minuscule.
Although coming here on the way, we saw a bit of snow.
Tiny bit. Like,
you probably saw that before we're talking.
A dusting. Anyway, so we're just doing a few...
I'm getting out of the shot, there's no need.
We're just doing a few shops before we have the Christmas school play, which, as you can imagine, is absolute hell for us. We like to see, obviously, our child, but that's about it. Anyway.
Comment down below if you feel the same pain.
Oh, our schools, just schools. Anyway, so we're going to do a couple in this town, and then we'll meet you by the boot for a series I'm calling the Boot Confessional. Are we calling it that?
No.
Just me?
Boot talk? I don't know. Who knows?
Boot talk. In the boot.
In the boot.
Boots.
Boot. Oh, shit,
Bye. Welcome to Midsummer Norton.
Sounds like we're having a lot of fun already.
Having so much fun. It is freezing.
That's blue, isn't it?
And that's the amount of snow we got right there in that little.
That's more like the towns and the villages. Like in between time, it wasn't so bad. Like there were snowy sections, but that
florets.
Flurries.
Florets.
No, that's like a vegetable.
Floret of broccoli. Anyway, moving on. This town has, I say this town has many a reseller around it. So therefore, I always feel it is a little bit...
I think that's you also. I think that's just you. I think everyone thinks that when they know like the resellers of the area. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyway, belts. So we found a belt. Austin found a belt. I take no credit. Always check the ties and belts, people. Always check the ties and belts. Tell us the brand of this belt, Austin.
This is Zenga.
Can you tell us the full name of this belt?
Zenga.
Then best known for tailoring suits, formal wear.
You bought a Zenga shirt, a Zenga sports shirt recently.
Yeah. I put the comments up. They range from £300 to £500 for a belt. This one went for £250 used. However, it has
the Z.
It has the Z, but our one is plaited, and there are no current plaited styles full price.
There you go.
So I'm thinking that's, a good selling point, especially for Christmas or getting back in the office, New Year. I don't know. Treat yourself.
Very much so. That was an Obey long sleeve. They base themselves for pretty decent money, depending on what you get it for. Long sleeve t-shirts, and these were some DC Shuko t-shirts, which all the skateboard kind of brands and surfing brands, especially like the more like Y2K stuff, there's another one there, seem to be having a kind of resurgence, and they make good money. If you're into kind of t-shirts and that's your kind of thing,
Depop fodder.
Yeah, I'm saying if you do Depop, buy them.
Yeah, it's easy money Depop fodder, isn't it? Like in terms.
And if you price them reasonably or even cheap, you'll sell them very quickly.
25?
Yeah, 20-25 all day long.
I found this. We were speaking about Selfish Mother in another Vlogmas video. This is a collaboration with Coco and Wolf, which is an interiors brand. She uses Liberty prints, etc., and makes dresses and interiors. But they did a collab, so the lettering is in Coco and Wolf. I find the collabs and the limited edition runs that Selfish Mother does and has done,
they
sell a lot better, and there's a bit more demand for them, so you can ask a little bit more than the normal 25. I'd put that for 30, for example.
I thought these were really cool. These are by Lee, as in Lee jeans, and they're called Gossip by Lee, or Gossip Lee. That's my jacket, I believe. No,
yes.
It's just me putting something on the screen.
They're a 90s pair of jeans, right?
Yeah, the cut is like really, really 90s, but even more so, the brand on the back, the kind of like the squiggly kind of different colours, like the whole
like a
thing.
Floral pattern.
Yeah.
I was looking these up, by the way, just so you know. Let's have an conversation in this.
Talk to me.
And they do really well. They go between 40 and 100 based on style, but none of the comps had the patterns.
I also really like the belt loops, the high tight belt loops, and the fact that the waist is a what do you call it? What's the word? Like paper bag.
I would say they're early 90s, late 80s actually.
They are
of that
very
waist.
much so, and even more so those colours.
MC
Like
Hammer,
they're nothing like Y2K, like late 90s. They're actually very, very, very.
They've now got floor juice on them.
Yeah, floor juice. That's disgusting. No, they're not. They don't have any kind of juice, floor or otherwise. But they are really cool, and they were like, I don't know, what were they?
£6.50, and I would expect to get £50 back.
Once again, like a certain style, if they were just non-branded, they do okay, being a vintage style and from that kind of era. But the fact they're Lee as well, obviously you have some kind of brand recognition too. It's a bit of a double
win-win.
Yeah.
We're going to list that belt for 200 as well, just so people know. I'm trying to remind myself to tell you how much we're paying and how much we're getting.
Yeah, sometimes we do, and people remind us that in the comments. Thank you very much.
As we were leaving, well, Austin had paid and we had to go back. But he saw this purse. This is a Longchamp Roseau. It's spelled Roseau. Rosie. Anyway, they make bags and the bags have the bamboo toggle
with like a leather overlay strap.
Yeah, and this is the matching purse. It's in like a burnt orange imprinted croc. It's not actually.
It looks brown in this light, but it is kind of like a burnt orange.
Yeah, and then it's got the silver hardware. You're looking for Longchamp of Paris, and they are famous for making the Le Pelage, which is
that bag, the nylon bag, which people have in navy and black, and they do 1,000 colours, but that's the most popular.
Their leather goods are so much more expensive. Anyway,
like their leather goods are on a par with someone like I don't know, much more expensive than Coach, for example.
Yeah, I would say like sort of Marnie prices. Yeah. That sort of. Anyway, this was £2, and I found a comp on an American resale site for 116. I would go a little bit higher. I go 150 just based on condition, time of year, colour. I don't know. It's got everything going for it. It's very,
The funny thing is, we actually have, it's a slightly different colour. It's more of a bright orange. We have the bag Bethany was just talking about, which matches that. If it was like a shade or two different, we'd have a matching pair, which once again you can sell as a pair, and you can get quite a good money actually this time of year with bag and purse kind of combos.
The bag needs a little bit of restoration, so it's in our sort of bag death part at the moment, but we paid £1 at a car boot sale on the floor.
Yeah, always check the floors.
Always check the floors.
Simple, really, isn't it?
But the bags do really well. The bags go for about 300. So if you're in the market, found these Uggs. Now Uggs are a funny thing. I've sold all the Uggs. We have no Uggs in stock at the moment.
I agree.
Uggs are having a little moment with the Y2K coming back, the juicy couture tracksuits and the short Uggs. These were $4.99 and they were actually pink. And Austin would have cleaned them, obviously, because that's what Austin does. However, why didn't we get them?
The stuffing was falling out of them, Bethany.
Okay, that would be the answer. There you go. I knew there was a reason. I was like,
we were looking at the unstitched stuffing for a while. I'm not going to be repaired, but unless you're getting it for yourself.
Let's talk about books. Now, we don't normally talk about books, and I feel strongly about books. I like a book. This is a book. Coffee table books we love. We love a coffee table book.
Excuse some of the French, or maybe not French, the case may be. This book was based on what, Bethany?
Was it Carolina?
The destruction of Katrina.
Katrina, yeah.
And hurricane.
It was a coffee table book of photos of the aftermath of that, which is obviously very sad. However, it was £10 they wanted for it, which obviously always strikes our interest, because if they want a little bit more money for a book, that means they've looked at the book. Anyway, coffee table books command good money. We actually went to a TK Maxx today, and that will be coming out later. But we were looking at coffee table books there.
We were indeed.
However, I always struggle with selling books on eBay. Not that I don't sell books on eBay, but I never try to sell books on eBay. And I'll tell you for why. Stop flicking those pages, Austin.
Sorry.
I'll tell you for why, because I always feel like Amazon is king with books.
Yeah, and also, to be honest with you, it's quite hard to compete. Once you've got a used book like that, like even at a discount, say that was $69 or $59.99, £60. So there you go. For example, is that used?
They're listed used for between 55 and 100, and the hundreds are ones that are being signed.
Yep.
So 55 seems the average price in the UK for this book,
and
but there were
Amazon?
no sold.
And what's that? Yeah, there you go.
Amazon was 35. Now I know that some people would buy on eBay, not buy on Amazon, and some people would buy on Amazon, not eBay. So it's just the luck of it, I guess, really. But I'd like to know anyone else's experience on selling coffee table books or higher end books.
The other thing was, this was like there was some kind of collaboration with the person who put that book together, or at least the company, and there was a massive fund for Katrina, obviously, for all the devastation, and et cetera, and a massive amount of the proceeds went went to that. So as much as it might seem like a kind of not random, but like quite a dark book in some respects, it was actually a positive thing. And I think, to be fair, a lot of people bought them new for that reason. I don't think they sell so much.
Historic as well, I guess.
Exactly that.
And also the photography is exceptional.
It was lovely.
Anyway, so this is me and M. This was £10. They are pricing this up. Would you pay £10? That's the question on everyone's lips. I didn't. I don't like to spend a lot on me and M. I know people are very successful with it and it sells very well. But I like to find nicer pieces than
this is a vintage banger. Look at that collar. So not every vintage shirt has to have single stitch, guys, just to let you know. This is a good way of telling sometimes, or trying to age, but it goes both ways. You can have single stitch made from yesterday. You can have double stitch made from the 80s. A good way to tell a lot of the time is either how thin something is, as in when you look at one part of the shirt and look through it, or also a high, fat, chunky collar on like what would be a crew neck like this. You see how thick that neck is? That really you wouldn't see that so much nowadays on a basic black shirt. This is a Purple Ronnie shirt. Purple Ronnie, for anyone who didn't know or doesn't remember, he did a lot on Vimto, but he also did like naughtier, should we say, t-shirts, hangovers, drinking, blah blah blah, and all kinds of other stuff. And they're always very popular. This particular shirt will probably sell, being early 90s, will probably sell for around, my guess would be, I don't know, 45, 50 quid.
Yeah, $4.94.49.
What I'm trying to show, I don't know if I do show in a minute, I'm trying to show what I was talking about how things are thin. This hadn't been like washed when sometimes people say, oh, it's been washed and kind of you can see it's gone thin. Some of the vintage shirts, they haven't been washed before, like they're dead stock, if you will, and they're still really thin. So
in this shop, they always have these cabinets that have like got really overpriced things in. Just saying, and you know, I live by the fact that I would always be rather buying handbags. However, sometimes that's not always the case. But they have these cabinets in here that barely rotate, and we always have a little giggle about them. I know we shouldn't, but I always do. They've had that Moschino hat for so long, and it's a TK Maxx Moschino hat. And it just makes me laugh that it's there. And then they've got this knit that's hanging. And do you know what? I don't doubt it's a beautiful knit, but I can't see what it is.
I can't even see the price, even if I wanted to buy it.
And then we had a little giggle over this. So enjoy this clip.
Watch this.
That's him showing off. Some deckies on showed off, that's a way.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
I was an extremely sad Christmas tree with what can only be described as half a string of
do you know what?
Beads just thrown at it.
The tree itself, like, listen, everyone has to have a Christmas tree, and I understand, like, you know, to be fair, sometimes, depending on what Christmas trees you're into or what Christmas trees you like, it's cool, fine, yeah, okay, I get it. They decorate that so poorly, like, why bother? Just leave it naked, leave the tree there and sell it, it'll sell, but you can't just drape something over there and act like you've done some work. It annoys me. I'm a Christmas tree aficionado.
Yeah, he's a Christmas tree connoisseur. This is Anya Highmarsh, £1.99. It is snakeskin effect. I have had this,
effect.
I've had this in cream, this one, and I also paid $1.99.
That's interesting.
Yeah, funny that.
What a fun fact that is for everyone watching.
They go for about £60. I like to get £60 from them. I did find a comp on Vestiaire, and that went for 56, and they undersold that by £4. I'm telling you. I am telling you.
Actually, the actual original price they'd put it for was even more. They'd take an offer on it.
Yeah,
so to be fair, it is what it is.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this instalment of Vlogmas, and we're going to cut to us chatting rubbish by the side of the road.
Sweet.
We 100% found the snowiest, most best looking spot to do this.
Quickly.
No, this is the first episode of Boot Confessions, or Bootsicles, or
okay.
Confessions of a Hoarderholic. Confessions of a reseller in a boot. Okay, it gets loud, so we're going to shout really
That's
loudly.
why I say do it quickly.
First thing we found, Longchamp. Little bamboo, like, clasp. Croc. £2. If I stop speaking, it's when the cars go past, and then you can hear what I'm saying. But how cute is that? That's really cute.
There's a logo here somewhere.
Retail, it would have been about £250, £300 just for this wallet. So £2, good stuff.
The second one, Anna Highmarsh. You can, I don't know if you can catch it in the light because there's snakeskin, but there's a bow kind of imprint shape pattern there, and inside there's the label. This was $1.99.
£1.99.
£1.99. How much do they go for?
These go for about 60 in the plain colour. So with snakeskin, I would hope for 60 for this, and I would hope for about 150 for this, just because the condition and the finish, what it would retail for, all those fun things. And look at this, how cute this is. I might take a picture while we're here, Austin.
Oh, really?
Look, we look like snowy and elegant.
Anyway, those are a couple of bits and pieces, small bits we show you. We will do a haul for all the clothing.